Good afternoon, everybody. This is Fago with New Stage Media. Today, I am joined by CEO, executive producer of Big Game Events, Frank Catrambone. How you doing today?
Doing good, Fago. How are you?
I can't complain. It's a nice sunny day in Virginia, so I'm very blessed with that.
Beautiful. It's sunny.
Yes, sir.
It's not looking great temperature-wise. A little chilly over here.
I agree with that. Before we get into your journey into the entertainment field, can you give my viewers some words of encouragement for today?
Oh, man. So for today, work hard, do your best, and good things are coming soon.
Amen. Thank you for those words of advice. So what inspired you to get in the media field first? I mean, not the media field, but the entertainment field first and foremost.
Sure. So I started very humble beginnings as a DJ back when I was a teenager. And I began my work in, parties and nightclubs and events. And over that time period, built myself a little bit of a name and a niche down in the Philadelphia, Atlantic City area. And then over time, was able to work my way into some of the bigger venues and producing events. I've done shows for different properties of Harrah's throughout the country, and produced a couple of big events with celebrities, and that led into my path to the big game events, which are Super Bowl and Masters and those types of things.
So what is the difficult part with branding and marketing your own brand as well as your name?
It's tricky, man. You need to really treat people well. You need to put as much time as you possibly can into honoring the relationships that you create. I think that the most important thing in my career has been treating people with respect and doing my best every day to make sure that I treat them exactly as I would want to be treated.
Since the pandemic started, how have you adapted and adjusted with doing something different and adjusting to the norm now these days?
So we're definitely living in a very different world nowadays. The pandemic shut down our business completely. Some of what I do, obviously on the sports entertainment side, that's non-existent this year. There won't be any events for the Super Bowl, at least none that I'll be involved in. Then as far as the pandemic itself, I'd really spent a lot of my time helping the people that I've worked with through the years secure, the different opportunities that are out there, whether it be grants, loans, helping people through the unemployment process, just doing everything that I can to do my part for those that need help.
So what is your favorite memory? Hold on for a second. I'm sorry. Okay. What is your favorite memory with being in this field? Something that was real random.
Wow, something that was really random through my Super Bowl experience. Well, I have to say that the relationships that we've built through the process of establishing these events were there's so many stories to name, and the experiences that you go through. I will say this: it's important that when you do these events, you do them with people that you enjoy. I've been blessed with amazing partners that we've had a lot of fun while we've done a lot of hard work. And I would say probably one of the most interesting things that we did while we were there was the adventures that happened in the pre-meetings as we were preparing for the event, as we were getting things together. And then, topping things off with last year's Super Bowl, where we were in Miami, we were in an outdoor event, and it rained up until 15 minutes after the event was supposed to start. And then trying to get an event going and just watching myself and my partner sweating and, drying seats and, lifting things up. We had some fire aspects that needed to be set up and staging. It was quite the experience, and one that I'll never forget.
What is the hardest part with booking talent? Because I know some people canceled, and some people was going to tell you they're going to come, but cancel at the last minute. So what is the difficult part with getting all the talent there at the approximate time?
So we have a whole team that's dedicated to the talent. For my own personal events that are not Super Bowl related, I handle some different things and I do bookings. But for this particular event with the Super Bowl, because there were so many moving parts and so many celebrities that were involved, everyone had different responsibilities. And the most important thing was contracts and deposits, making sure that we were able to clearly outline the contracts making sure things were in writing. And that all started at the beginning, not at the end. So making sure that before we even sent the contracts, the deal points of the contract were very clearly understood before the artists accept the date. So a lot is handled in the offer more so than the actual, than the day of the event, so to speak.
So when did the idea of big game events start happening? Was it a couple of years ago? Was it 10 years ago? Was it something that you wanted to do with your contacts and molding this into a bigger event? When did this start happening?
So I'm a big Eagles fan. It's a rough year to be.
Oh, yes. Me too.
I'm a big Eagles fan. And when they went in 2018, I had an opportunity. One of my dear friends out in LA, who's originally from Atlantic City, where I'm at. He lives in LA, and he called me. He goes, "Yo, man, I know you're an Eagles fan. He's a Steelers fan, so he's had an easy life." But he said to me, he goes, "No, man, I know love the Eagles. Do you want to go to the game?" And I said, "I'd love to. I have some family commitments that were going on," and I didn't go. And after they had lost back in 2004, I said, "You know what? I'm not going to get my hopes up. And really, who wants to go to Minnesota?" So
thank you.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. So I opted to watch it from home. I got the opportunity to watch it with my brothers, my father. It was an incredible experience, and we shared that memory together, which was great. But my partner, Matt, ended up going and seeing and experiencing, and he walked away from it. And he said, "Dude, we got to do this. With what you do in your events, what I do with my events, we should really join forces." And that's how Big Game Events was created. It was pretty funny, and this is an interesting story. We went to Atlanta, and I thought he was kind of kidding at first. And then he called me in the end of February, and he goes, "Dude, I found the venue. I found where we're going to do this." And I didn't know that we were really doing it until I actually went there and saw it. And I said, "Okay, this is going to happen." And we built the brand around that concept.
And I know you're a diehard Eagles fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Eagles guy, man. We're having a rough year this year. What do you think our chances are of pulling this thing together? I don't think we're going to have a coach.
Man, we're not going to have a coach. We're not going to have a quarterback like that. I like Jalen Hurts. He's pretty cool. But with Carson Wentz, it's going to be a quarterback battle, of course. I like our running back situation. That was pretty cool. But we need to get defensive backs as well as maybe cornerbacks because our defense sucked this year. And everybody could score on us.
Yeah, it was pretty lame, man. They were tough to watch. I got to say, when Hurts came in, the games became more enjoyable. But I was kind of at that point, it was like, what are we talking about here? And knowing the contract situation that's going on in Philadelphia, you're stuck with Wentz. I mean, I don't know how we get around it. I don't know who's going to take that contract on.
And I definitely agree with that. And we're sticking with football. So who are the teams that surprised you this year?
I wouldn't say that they surprised me, but I got to say that Green Bay being as strong as they are this year and as powerful as they were this year, they're always good, but I didn't think they were going to be incredible. I sort of expected things to start they have the same situation. They brought in a high draft quarterback, and I sort of thought that was going to be the beginning of the end and things would start to unravel, and it didn't. He's a bad man, and it just pissed him off, I think. So he came in and had the best seasons of his career. It was incredible to watch them. I enjoyed seeing. I'm not a big Pats guy, but I enjoyed seeing Tom Brady have some success and do what he's been able to do. The Buffalo Bills. That's a fun story to watch. There's some Philly connections there, and one of my friends is actually from there, so I kind of became a little bit of not that I'm not a fan, but I definitely became a little bit more interested in those games.
And what about the Browns? Do you think that they're going to shock the world and beat Kansas City this week?
I would love to see it because I'm a big underdog kind of a guy. I love the underdog coming up and doing their thing, but I don't know, man. That Chiefs team is tough, man. I don't know that there's anybody that even has. I don't know that there's anybody even in the same category as them. I really don't.
And to go back to your events next year, if there is a vaccine, well, there's a vaccine now, but if it improves and COVID cases go down, will you have your event next year down in LA?
Well, my partner lives in LA and runs several venues in LA, so I think we're going to see something in LA. I think things will bounce back pretty hard. And I got to tell you, with the pandemic and things ending, I am excited to see where the world is and what changes. And there's so many things changing in the world right now, but this ending and people's willingness to go out. I've been able to produce some very small scale outdoor events this year over the last few weeks, and people's willingness to go out, spend money, and their need to be entertained is beyond anything I've ever seen in my 25-year career.
And I agree, because everybody is it's a pent up energy first and foremost. And you just want to be around people. And what does it mean to you that you can give or provide these people these type of experience where it's fun, it's jazzy, everybody can have a good time? What does it mean to you that these people can enjoy your events?
Well, I've had an opportunity to work with some pretty incredible event people through the years. And I think one thing that all is within the fiber of what we do is that creating that joy, creating that excitement, giving people an experience and having them say that this was the most incredible time of their lives is a driving force in what we do. And it really makes us feel as though, we're accomplishing things and doing better for the world. And look, in the end, are we, creating world peace? Are we, curing a pandemic? No, we're definitely not. But we can give people a little bit of joy and give people, some happiness. That's really what this is all about.
And what advice can you give people that are trying to break into the industry and have a lot of connections and trying to build their brand? What advice can you give those individuals?
Well, for people that are trying to break into the industry and that have some experience, my biggest advice is to be humble and to always be learning. Always learn. Everything that you do, there's something to learn, whether it's someone that's been doing this for 25 years or someone that's been doing this for 25 minutes. There's always something to learn from every experience. So that's part one. If you're looking to build your brand, I think it's really important that you get out there and do as much as you possibly can to help people, to create some form of a charitable aspect. I think that's a big piece of this. And to work with people that you respect and treat them with respect.
And to bounce back off that question, what advice can you give people about negotiating what they're worth and what they bring to the table?
That's a tough one, man. That's experience. I think that's really what that's about, and understanding what you've done, understanding what the market will bear for what you do, and establishing your price point and sticking to it. Okay.
And my last question for you today is, what are your Super Bowl picks? Who you're going with?
I mean, I would love to see Aaron Rodgers come out there and do his thing. I would love to see him do it. I am a fan of the bad man, but I don't know how anyone's going to come back from this Chiefs team. I mean, once Andy Reid and Mahomes are in sync, and if they come out and play their game, I don't think anybody can beat them when they're playing their game.
I'm gonna go against the grain and say the Browns. Yeah. My Super Bowl teams are the Browns and of course the Saints. And so I'm a huge underdog person.
Yeah,
and I gotta go with the underdog. Say that again.
I was gonna say those are some dogs there, man. Especially the Browns. I would love to look. I would love to see that happen. I just don't know. I mean, has any team come? What were they? Six seed?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time a 6 seed came out and won?
Very rare.
I know. Rare. I'm trying to think back right now. I mean, was it the year? I mean, maybe the year Carolina went, but they didn't win. Huh? I don't know. I have to think back. We have to take a look back at that one, my friend.
Exactly.
I'd love to see it. They are a fun team to watch.
Exactly. And my whole thing with Baker Mayfield, I just love his improvement. But I'm kind of leaning, like everybody wants the Bills, and I'm kind of leaning towards Lamar Jackson and that defense of Baltimore Ravens. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a shock this week.
Of all the games coming up, I feel like that's the one that I think will be the shocker. I think that's going to be where it flips. It's tough, man. The Bills are I think they're a young team. I think that they're really sort of feeling themselves out. I think they're going to be a force for the next few years, but this might be them getting to the playoffs this year was a big deal. And, without having a New England team that I don't know what those guys are going to do, but I think the Bills have a long-term chance. It's going to be them in Miami for the next few years, kind of doing their thing.
And I definitely agree with you on that. However, we got to conclude this segment. But before I let you go, Mr. Frank, where can my viewers actually find the big game events and what you're doing right now?
A lot of the stuff that we're doing, and it's been kind of quiet over the last few months because we don't have much to talk about, but on Instagram, we're at Big Game Events. Our website is biggameevents.com, and you can always check out any updates that we have going on right there. Hopefully we have some Super Bowl updates coming in the next few weeks for 2022.
Amen, amen. Everybody, as y'all already know, this is Fago Franklin III. Y'all can definitely follow me on my Instagram, which is superjournalist87. Y'all can follow me on my Facebook, which is Fago Franklin III. Y'all can follow me on my LinkedIn, which is Fago Franklin III. Or you can just search in Google, Fago Franklin III. All my exclusive interviews with athletes, celebrities, your favorite sports media personalities, and just anybody that's doing positive things within the community will pop up. Again, thank you, Mr. Frank, for joining me, and definitely have a blessed and productive day.
Thanks, Fago. You're awesome. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, now. Bye-bye.